the thing, my timer ticking, and I'm like, is this on? Hello. I have missed you all so much. Last week was the first Sunday in a long time I didn't give you a video, and I feel like a part of my soul is missing. So it's so lovely to be back. Let me find what I'm looking for, which is our newsletter. So welcome to your weekly video newsletter. I do this every single week, except for when I'm in foreign countries, like I was last week. I had the most relaxing vacation I have had in the longest time. Sean and I left our kids for the first time now that they're old enough, and we went to Scotland together, and all we did was hike and walk and drink lots of pints and visit castles, and it was like all my dreams came true. It was so relaxing. I needed to unplug. I totally unplugged. But now I'm back. So if you were like, where the heck is Karen? She's not being very supportive this week. It was because I really need a break, and I got one. It was magical. And this is humongous. So I've been going to Scotland repeatedly every year for about a decade, and I have been terrified to drive. I'm like, not doing it. Don't even consider it. Drive with Lucy as a passenger. Take the trains, buses, all the public transportation, go on tours. So I've been avoiding driving like the plague. And sorry, I'm letting my cat in and my dog out apparently. And we rented a car because I was like, okay, well, Sean, you can drive us everywhere, but I'm never driving because I am too scared. We rented a car. And after about 4 days, Sean was like, I really think you should get behind the wheel and give this a try. And I was like, I'm good. And he's like, no, I really think you should. And I was like, okay, I will drive for 5 minutes, but only 5 minutes down the road. And just for a second, just to say that I did it. You guys, I got in the car and I was like, okay, this is just driving. I was fine, totally fine. You know when you just have something in your head and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up? It could be anything. Well, mine was driving on the other side of the road. It was literally it was just driving. No big deal. It was not hard in any way, shape, or form. I was I felt so stupid. I'm like, I can't believe that I have been avoiding this so long and I had nothing to fear. So if you have had in your life some big fear that you have had for 10 years, like me, I highly recommend just freaking doing it and seeing what happens. And you might just surprise yourself. I was shocked and delighted because now I'm like, oh, now all bets are off. When we go, we are going everywhere. I am whoa, this is epic. So had to share that big weird personal win with you since we're all besties here. We're all sharing our things. So that's totally not even art related whatsoever. I know, but it's overcoming personal funks. So hopefully that helps someone out. So at some point with something in some way. Welcome new members. Yes, this is your chatty newsletter. And if you're sick of listening to me, then you actually can just read and you don't need to ever press play on this weird video that I do every week. But I like it. It's a way for me to connect with everybody and catch you up on all the behind the scenes stuff on what is going on. So let's go through club by club. And I want to start off by saying too, for our new members, if you have recently joined, I'm so excited that you're here and you're looking for something specific, like you saw something on social media. And this actually is for everybody. If you see a post and you're like, where is that? Don't spend any time stressing and trying to find it. You're more than welcome to reach out and be like, hey, where is that grandma lesson? Hey, where is that whatever? I don't want any of you to feel stuck or frustrated like you can't find things. It's the worst feeling ever. So please know that I always have my phone on me. I always see my email come in, and I will help you right away if I see something come in that's like, hey, can you just point me in the direction of this. Everything is searchable on the site. So, for sure, give it a second and search for what you might be looking for. But other than that, if you need help finding something, please know, I want to help you so you're not struggling. Same thing with login. If you can't log in, Margot and I can reset your password for you so you can get logged in and get going. So please don't spend any I just realized drawing club is spelled drawing club. So I'm going to have to fix that typo. So this is your weekly Sunday newsletter. So I send them every single week, and it just goes over what we are doing in all three clubs. Over half of you are in the Wonder Bundle, which means you're in all the clubs, which is why I send one email to everyone. So just scroll down. If you're in the Celtic Collective, your information is at the very bottom. So just keep scrolling down until you find the club that you're looking for. And we always start off with the calendar, and then I go over Fab Drawing Club, and then Mixed Media Society, and then the Celtic Collective. So the order is always the same from week to week, so you can find your way around. So June, here we are. All of a sudden, holy moly, graduation week. I have a lot of friends who have seniors that are graduating, so my week will be filled with graduation parties. We had a graduate last year, so this year I'm celebrating with some of my friends and their kids. Super exciting. And so that's what I'm doing this weekend. And let's see, we have a new lesson that came out yesterday, Saturday, for the Celtic Collective. And we also have a brand new lesson coming out today for the Drawing Club, and then we'll have a new lesson for Mixed Media next Sunday. So everything's kind of dribbled out. So we always got something new kind of all spread out throughout the whole entire month. Okay, so let's go down, like I just said, one club at a time and see what's going on. So your new lesson, and I should have said this at the beginning, if you're a beginner drawer or you're a beginner in any of the clubs and you're working through the accelerators, there's an accelerator in all three clubs to help you get up to speed. If you're a beginner, you don't need to do what we're doing new if you don't want to, and really ever, right? You're always free to binge like Netflix and go wherever you want to go at any time. That's really creepy that Sean is sitting behind me and I didn't know that. He loves to surprise me. He and my son Max live for scaring the shit out of me. He just did it like 20 minutes ago, and look at how creepy he is. He's just sitting there. He was not there when I sat down. He was in the shower, and now he's just there, and it's weird and creepy, and I don't like it. It's weird. Freaking me out. Okay, so we're doing this cool girl. But again, if you're a beginner and you're already on your own path, just keep going and disregard this. But if you are up for a challenge and you want to try a laughing out loud profile, we have a smiling profile in the club, but we don't have a laughing profile with teeth. So this is a good one. I highly recommend trying it. It's actually not as hard as she looks. So you can click the button to go there now. And then as a recap, our latest live. So every club, every month, we have new lessons that are recorded. And then we also have new live workshops. So this was our most recent live workshop, which was so fun. And we drew her using my trace, draw, check method, which requires trace paper. So if you don't have any tracing paper, I highly recommend grabbing some and drawing along with me. It's a great way to draw figures. It's way less painful than the quadrant method or the grid method. And this is just kind of a hoot overall. So you can click the button right there and go watch the replay like right there if you would like to. And then coming up next, we are going to be doing a laughing really hard figure. And I think for the live, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe a cute little animal or maybe a wonky house. I was doing a lot. Here, I'll show you actually. So in Scotland, there's a lot of adorable houses. They call them wee hooses. And on the plane, on the way over, and actually it was the first time that I actually regretted not bringing more art supplies. But I was so grateful. I had this little tiny palette that one of our members, Ellen Goodman, gifted to me this year, which is like the most perfect travel size in the whole wide world. And then I had this journal that it's not even watercolor paper. It's like rag. It's like meh for watercolors, but it's small and it's really flexible and I can tuck it in my luggage. So I had made these little whimsical houses in the past in this journal. It's just my crazy little doodles. And then for this on the plane on the way over, I was doing these little whimsical houses. I did this weird guy. I did. Oh, this is hilarious. We met up with Lucy for one day. It was so funny. We spent the day shopping in the town of Cullen, which is where we were staying, which I've been to many times with Lucy. This is where we used to go on our retreats with our women. And Lucy decided to have, she had a whiskey and sticky toffee pudding, which is a classic Scottish dessert. And it was hilarious. She thought it was like this combination that she was just hilarious and was so excited about her idea to have dessert and this dram in the middle of the afternoon. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. And so I sketched my page to commemorate. And so, of course, I drank with her, obviously, and so did Sean. So that was really fun. And then this little weird, creepy guy. I like to do the creepy guys. They're kind of fun. And then I did this on the plane home, which is all these little whimsical houses. But I'm showing that to you because I was just showing you the art that I was doing. So I'm kind of going this way because I'm halfway through my whimsical next watercolor book, which is the Barnyard Besties. I'm about halfway through. I need to like pick up where I left off and get going. And then I promised wildlife, but I think I'm going to do the houses next because look at this adorable little weehoos. This is a little sculpture made out of wood that we bought in one of the other little seaside villages next to where we were staying in Cullen. And it is so precious. I love it so much. I got stopped in every security through TSA because they couldn't figure out what it was, and there's like a nail sticking out of it. So I set off all the alarms, and I'm so happy that I brought it home. But these little whimsical houses are just inspiring. So I think my next book, even though I said it was going to be animals, is going to be whimsical houses actually. So I was thinking, long story short, for maybe our next live, we do a few because I really like doing them. They're really fun. They're very relaxing. So let me know if you're on board for some of that. And if none of that sounds interesting to you and you want to do something totally different and explore what else there is in the club, which is like 400 other things, literally, take the tour here and go explore and see if there's something else you might be interested in drawing today. All right, next up is a mixed media society where all goopy things go to live. Lots of people are still doing the grandmas, which is awesome. I can't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. Somebody's done them all twice, and they're like, all of them are becoming their own renditions. So that is super exciting. So if you want to get to the grannies, they're right. There's that quick button for you to do that. Our latest live was it was like 2.5 hours dedicated to all things eyelashes. And then we did this huge eye at the end. So if you've ever struggled with eyelashes, definitely watch that. It is the most thorough eyelash class I've ever given, and I probably ever will. So it was really fun. So there's some good practice in there for you. And then our most recent lesson is Pretty Eyed Peggy. Speaking of eyelashes, right there for you. And then next week, you're getting the follow-up, which is Beautiful Little Betty, which is her little sister, which she's actually a lot easier than her. I would say she's like medium, and I would say this one's pretty easy. So if you did Peggy and you had a good time and you want to do more, I got 2 more coming. And the oval canvases, like, I'm dying. I love them so much. The buttons, they all have buttons. So this is my Button Girl series. There is another one coming. Let me know if you want me to do a 4th. I totally would have no problems whatsoever doing a 4th. So fun. So that's coming a week from today. Okay. And if you're not into any of that, then I suggest you also take the club tour and see if there is something else that will tickle your fancy today. Oh, I gotta let my dog in again. No, Sean, you just stay right there. I'll get it. I'll get the dog again and the cat again. It's like a circus around here. Okay. So Celtic Collective, last but never least, that last live was super fun. And I love how many people did it too. Sometimes with these projects where like it grows arms and legs, and this was a bit that. And we had a blast, but seeing all of your renditions has been super exciting. So love, love, love. This is our Galaxy Ghost. So if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch the replay right there. We have only traced twice because just for the interest of time, we'll transfer just so we can dive into the painting part because it takes so long just to paint. So this one is a transfer. But isn't that so interesting? Even with transferred, look how different ours are. Isn't that so interesting? So the creativity can take many, many forms, but it's also nice when you do have a transfer, then you can focus all your energy on just the painting part. You can always go back again and draw it, and you're always welcome to draw it before we start painting as well. I also was from that painty session really pining for my fountain pen inks, which I have not used in months. So I was also craving something that was, I think as a follow-up to this, because it was so like long and involved, I usually crave something a little bit simple. I haven't done an easy lesson for Celtic Collective in quite a long time, and I don't think that's actually fair to a lot of our beginner members. So this one, I'm using fountain pen inks, but I'm also just doing a simple mermaid. If you don't have inks, you don't want to buy them, you can just use watercolors. Absolutely works exactly the same way. The inks are just fully concentrated. To be honest, you're not even supposed to paint with them, but I do anyways. So any kind of ink or watercolor, you can substitute, no problem whatsoever. I use them straight from the bottle, like straight up. Just stick my brush and then I put it on my paper. So it's actually very straightforward. It's really fun. I keep all of my fountain inks in these like old perfume bottles. I'm obsessed. I collect them from everywhere that I go. You can ask my husband. I have like an obscene number of these bottles, and I'm not sorry. I love them so much, and I put my inks in them, and it just fills me with joy. So that's what I do. So if you want to begin that lesson, that actually just came out yesterday. So you can press play on that. And Lucy is going to be releasing her mermaid next Saturday. And I don't have a copy of her sneak peek yet, but by the time you receive this email, it will be in here so you can check. I'm going to put it right here. I just don't have it yet. And then if you want to go search for something else entirely different, then again, there is the club tour for you for Celtic. All right. Just a reminder I know there's 2 Facebook groups. It's super confusing. Just remember that the small private Facebook group is for your lessons to post and share, get feedback. And then the big Facebook group is where you're going to post your personal projects, your things you're working on with other teachers. And you can also post your lessons in there and just use your hashtag, and you can use your hashtag in both places because that will enter you to win the giveaway in the big group. But in a small group, it's nice. It helps everybody understand which club the lesson was from, since there's like 400 lessons in each club. So it's super helpful when you add your hashtags in there. And then here's some quick links to those Facebook groups. So the private Facebook group is the small one. You have to be a member to be in that one. The large, which is the black button here, is for everybody. That's public. And then, of course, YouTube is a whole nother beast, which I do every week as well. If you want to get caught up there, you can click the red button to get caught up on all of my most recent and old YouTube videos as well. And they're all sorted for you. This is your other club. This is your other free subscription that you get for being a member. So dive in and enjoy. You get all the things when you hang out with me. All right, that is a wrap for this weekend. Reply back. Let me know how your weekend is going. If you have any graduation parties that you're going to, any big fun plans, I would love to know. You can also leave it in the comment section of the YouTube channel, which is where I also publish these so that everyone has a chance to watch if they are looking for something to do in the clubs this weekend. All right, have an awesome rest of your week, and I will see you next Sunday in the next installment. Bye, everyone.